Hello, everyone, and welcome to the How to Get Involved in Cybersecurity Awareness Month webinar. We're going to take an in-depth dive into the Cybersecurity Awareness Month 2021 campaign for this October. We'll provide an overview of the campaign and we'll share tips and advice for launching your own initiatives. Please note, before we get started, this webinar is being recorded. It will be available to download on our website, StaySafeOnline.org, within the next few days, and the slides will be available to download. During the presentation, if you have any questions, please submit them to the questions box. We will try to answer as many as we can at the end of the presentation, and if we can't get to it, we'll provide our contact information at the end of the webinar as well, so you can always email us with any questions. So let's get started. My name is Jennifer Cook. I'm the Director of Marketing and Communications at the National Cybersecurity Alliance. I am joined by Deputy Assistant Director Trent Frazier of the Stakeholder Engagement Division at the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, or CISA. The National Cybersecurity Alliance and CISA have been longtime partners on Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and we're so excited to come together today to present this year's campaign. For those unfamiliar with the National Cybersecurity Alliance, we are the nation's leading nonprofit organization promoting cybersecurity education and awareness. Our mission is to empower a more secure, interconnected world, and we do this by creating and implementing broad-reaching education efforts with our partners in industry and government, with the goal of empowering individuals at home, work, and school with the information they need to keep themselves and their organization safe and secure online. In addition to Cybersecurity Awareness Month, our core efforts include Data Privacy Day, which is a campaign on January 28th to educate individuals and businesses on the importance of online privacy and managing data. We also have Cybersecure My Business, a national program helping small and medium-sized businesses learn to be safer and more secure online. The program consists of a series of workshops and webinars based on the NIST cybersecurity framework. We co-lead Stop and Connect with CISA at the Department of Homeland Security, which is a global online safety campaign to help all digital citizens stay safer online. And we recently launched the first Identity Management Day on April 13th with the Identity Defined Security Alliance to provide resources on managing online identities. And now I'll turn it over to Deputy Assistant Director Frazier to introduce you to CISA.
Thank you, Jen. It is a pleasure to join the National Security Alliance and all our partners today to talk about this year's Cybersecurity Awareness Month campaign. As Jen mentioned, my name is Trent Frazier. I'm the Deputy Assistant Director for Stakeholder Engagement here with the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, or as we call it, CISA. CISA is the nation's risk advisor, working with partners to defend against today's threats and collaborating to build more secure and resilient infrastructure for the future. The threats we face, whether digital or physical, man-made, technological, or natural, are more complex and the threat actors more diverse than at any point in our history. CISA is at the heart of mobilizing a collective defense as we lead the nation's efforts to understand and manage risk to our critical infrastructure. CISA builds the national capacity to defend against cyber attacks and works with our partners across the federal government to provide cybersecurity tools, incident response services, and assessment capabilities to safeguard the .gov networks that support the essential operations of partner agencies and departments. We coordinate security and resilience efforts using trusted partnerships across both the private and public sectors and deliver technical assistance and assessments to federal stakeholders as well as to critical infrastructure owners and operators nationwide. Working with stakeholders across the country, CISA conducts extensive nationwide outreach to support and promote the ability of emergency response providers and relevant government officials to continue to communicate in the event of a natural disaster, act of terrorism, or other man-made disaster. CISA also leads the Cybersecurity Awareness Month efforts alongside NCSA to increase awareness of cybersecurity threats to the U.S. national government and infrastructure, as well as private sector and industry partners. Now back to you, Jen.
Great, thank you so much. Now, let's dive into Cybersecurity Awareness Month. This campaign was launched in 2004, and it's a collaborative effort between government and industry to ensure that everyone has the resources they need to stay safe online and to create a safer, more secure, and resilient world. Observed every October, the month includes participation from industry, engaging their customers and employees, as well as from government, academia, nonprofits, and the general public. Since its original inception under leadership from the Department of Homeland Security and the National Cybersecurity Alliance, the campaign has grown exponentially, reaching consumers, small and medium-sized businesses, corporations, and educational institutions across the world. And now, in its 18th year, Cybersecurity Awareness Month continues to build that momentum and impact internationally. So last year, CISA and the National Cybersecurity Alliance launched a new overarching theme for the month, which is Do Your Part, #BeCybersmart. The goal of this theme is to empower individuals and organizations to own their role in cybersecurity and emphasize the idea that cybersecurity is both a shared and an individual responsibility. Everyone needs to take proactive steps to enable lasting, positive cybersecurity behavior change at work and at home. Protecting against cyber threats is a critical challenge for organizations of all sizes in both the public and the private sectors, and serves as a constant reminder of the need to promote cybersecurity awareness. We want to highlight the importance of empowering individuals in their cybersecurity preparedness and remind them that being more secure online and creating a safer cyber environment is everyone's job. Also, if you've joined the campaign in years past, you'll notice that the campaign is no longer called National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. We removed the national starting last year, as we've seen such amazing international engagement, both from organizations and individuals that live in countries around the world and from US-based companies that operate globally. Our world is so interconnected and cybersecurity affects everyone. Cybersecurity, as I said, is everyone's job, and we mean everyone, no matter where they are. So throughout October, we typically focus on weekly messages that highlight major cybersecurity issues and trends. Each week, you'll see us highlighting the simple steps and practices that can make a huge difference in securing our connected society. We hope you and your organizations will follow along, but we also encourage you to create your own areas of focus relevant to your organizations. So to start off, week one is all about being cyber smart. As our lives have become increasingly dependent on technology, virtually all personal and business data is kept on internet-connected platforms, which can become a gold mine for bad actors. The first full week of Cybersecurity Awareness Month, starting on October 5th, will highlight best cybersecurity practices and focus on general cyber hygiene to keep your information and your online life safe. Own your role in cybersecurity by starting with the basics. We've listed out a few best practices that we will focus on. While they may seem obvious to the people on this call, they are still so important to emphasize. Many users do not follow these basic actions, such as creating unique passphrases or keeping backup copies of data. Even something as simple as creating a unique passphrase can make all the difference in staying safe online. Week two is about phishing. Fight the fish. Phishing attacks and scams have thrived since the COVID pandemic began in 2020, and today phishing attacks account for more than 80% of reported security incidents. We've seen a lot of scary ransomware attacks this past year, many of which started with a phish. Week two of Cybersecurity Awareness Month will stress the importance of being wary of emails, text messages, or chat boxes that come from a stranger or someone you were not expecting. Think before you click on any suspicious emails, links, or attachments, and make sure to report any suspicious emails to your organization's IT department or to your email provider, many of which now have new report phishing features. Week three of the month will highlight the Cybersecurity Career Awareness Week, which is a campaign led by the National Initiative for Cybersecurity Education within NIST. This is a week-long campaign that inspires and promotes the exploration of cybersecurity careers. Whether it's students, veterans, or those seeking a career change, The dynamic field of cybersecurity is rapidly growing and has something for everyone. We're excited to use this opportunity to amplify the great efforts of our partners at NIST who have led this week for the past several years. Cybersecurity Awareness Week has 3 goals, including to inspire, engage, and inform by educating the public about the demand, opportunities, and multiple career options available within cybersecurity. Also to demystify careers in cybersecurity by raising awareness about career pathways to prepare a highly skilled and diverse workforce. And that leads into goal 3, also developing a highly skilled and diverse workforce by supporting successful programs and showcasing effective resources. So the final week of the month is on Cybersecurity First. This week focuses on the idea of making cybersecurity a priority. For businesses, this means building security into products and processes from the very beginning, and not just before your product goes to market. Also making cybersecurity training a part of employee onboarding and equipping staff with the tools they need to keep their organization safe from day one. For individuals, this means keeping security in mind as you connect daily. Before purchasing a device or an online product, remember to do your research when you set up a new device or app. Consider your security and privacy settings, and always remember to update default passwords. Cybersecurity should not be an afterthought. So if you've participated in Cybersecurity Awareness Month before, you're probably already familiar with our Champions program, but if this is your first time, I'll give some background. The Champions program is a great way to get involved to officially show your support for cybersecurity awareness and education during October and to align your organization's initiatives with the month. Champions include individuals and organizations dedicated to promoting a safer, more secure, and more trusted digital society. It's completely free and very easy to sign up. We do ask former champions to register again each year so that we can send you our newest materials. And the link to register is actually at the bottom of the slide. When you register, there are 2 separate forms, one for organizations and one for individuals. If you're registering your organization, you can also register yourself as an individual champion. Once you fill out the form, you will receive your welcome email and toolkit within 1 to 3 business days. And if you have any questions about your registration or materials, you can email us. Our contact information will be at the end of the presentation. And just a huge shout out to our over 400 registered organizations and individuals that have already signed up as champions since we launched a week and a half ago. You can view all current champion organizations on our website at the link on the screen, and which will also be sent over after the presentation. So all champions receive a toolkit of materials to guide and assist you in planning and executing a campaign. And there are special materials reserved exclusively for registered champions, which I'll review in a moment. As mentioned, organizations that register will also have their company name listed on our website, StaySafeOnline.org. And champions are among the first to receive updates on Cybersecurity Awareness Month news, events, and materials as well. So looking a bit closer at this year's toolkit, we have a ton of materials for our champions, including a PDF guide to Cybersecurity Awareness Month 2021, which includes a week-by-week breakdown of content, also story ideas, facts and figures, as well as a lot of great ideas for implementing your own activities and events, in addition to the ones we'll review on this webinar. Champions also receive a sample press release to announce your support and celebration of the month, a PowerPoint presentation similar to this one, which you can use at your own events and trainings. There's email copy to send internally to employees or externally to customers or clients. We have social media graphics for Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn, as well as over 50 sample posts that you can use on your social media platforms. We have downloadable versions of the Cybersecurity Awareness Month logo and branding guidelines, so you can incorporate that into your own campaign. And we have some brand new materials as well. We have a digital background that you can use for your video conference calls. We have a branded email signature to include below your name in your emails. And we have sample articles drafted on each weekly theme that you can use in your own blog posts or newsletters. All of these materials can be customized and used however or wherever you like. You do not need our permission to copy any of the information or use it at all. So in addition to becoming a champion, we've seen organizations of every size and type from around the globe get involved in a huge variety of ways. On these next few slides, we've highlighted some of these successful activities other groups have conducted as suggestions for your own campaigns. Starting in the workplace, we've seen organizations issue a company promotion related to the month, such as a product discount or a giveaway. This is a great way to capture your customers' attention and lead them to your security tips and advice after they enter the giveaway or after they receive the discount. Some use October to conduct mock phishing simulations with employees. Many will also gamify the experience by awarding prizes to employees with the top scorers. But also don't forget to keep the experience light and fun. Don't punish employees for low scores, but take the opportunity to educate them on how they can do better. In general, this is a great time to host educational training or events for employees, whether it's at these trainings or external speaking engagements or online. Don't forget to use the Cybersecurity Awareness Month logo to co-brand any digital or printed materials. And of course, as mentioned, we have that PowerPoint template in the Champions Toolkit, which you can use for events as well. Listed here are some tips and best practices for hosting your own Cybersecurity Awareness Month events, either at work or in your community. First off, we recommend identifying your audience and the key behavior you want to address. Say if employees at your company tend to click on phishing links, consider focusing your presentation just on phishing. Try to make the presentation as specific and relatable as you can. We've also seen a lot of success if you can make the topic relevant to your employees' personal and at-home lives. Also, keep it lighthearted. Cybersecurity can be a scary topic, and it's tempting to want to scare people into changing their behaviors, but fear tactics just don't work. Empower employees and use encouragement. Show them that online security is doable if they adopt simple security behaviors. Consider rewarding engagement or event attendance. People generally tend to show up if pizza's involved, so that's my recommendation. Also, show buy-in from the top. Invite your organization's executives to speak at the event. If employees see a CEO or COO speak on the topic, it will help convey just how important cybersecurity is and show that your organization is fully committed to security. Also, consider inviting an outside speaker. Unfortunately, sometimes we tend to tune out people we've already heard from, so bringing in a new face is a great way to re-engage your audience. If you are interested in an outside speaker, you can contact CISA or the National Cybersecurity Alliance to request speakers from either organizations. We both have a number of speakers that can present not only on cybersecurity best practices, but can also delve into important topics such as ransomware or phishing. And I'll actually turn it back over to Mr. Frazier to share how partners can request a speaker from CISA.
Thank you, Jan. And we would absolutely welcome the opportunity to speak at your Cybersecurity Awareness Month event at no cost. Please just visit us at cisa.gov/request CISA speaker to put in your request. We do ask that you please submit your request by Friday, August 28th to allow us time to process all speaker requests that we receive and find potential speaker subject matter experts that match your needs for your October events.
Great, thank you. So many of us on the line are security practitioners, and likely the first people our families turn to about cybersecurity. So in October, don't forget to engage your kids, your parents, or your spouses at home. Some tips we recommend, you could print Cybersecurity Awareness Month resources and display them in areas where family members spend time online. You could hold a family tech talk to discuss how each family member can protect their devices and family accounts. We also recommend sharing articles, videos, or tip sheets that offer valuable information on various cybersecurity topics for different family members. remind them that they don't need to be a cybersecurity expert to care about security. And in a bit, we'll share some additional resources that you can use. And there is a wealth of information online targeted to different groups specifically, whether it's kids or adults or older adults. There are a lot of resources out there you can use to engage your family. And lastly, don't forget to join the online community during October and leading up to October. You can join the conversation on social media using our official campaign hashtag, #BeCybersmart, or we do see some using hashtag Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Please note, we advise you not to use acronyms such as CSAM or CAM. These acronyms are already commonly associated with other advocacy campaigns. So we encourage you to use the #BeCybersmart hashtag mentioned if space allows in your post. And you'll see in the sample posts we sent over, the #BeCybersmart hashtag is included, as well as character counts to make sure they fit into your Twitter posts. Don't forget, again, to utilize not only this post, but also the graphics on your channels from the Champion Toolkit as well, or create your own if you're looking to create something that aligns with your brands. That is also why we make the Cybersecurity Awareness Month logo accessible and downloadable. So if you'd like to create your own materials, you're welcome to do so and add that logo. Aside from social media, consider adding the logo to your website, or maybe it's an intranet site or social media accounts for the duration of October. Or we also recommend blogging about cybersecurity in October. As mentioned, we've already done the heavy lifting of creating articles for you to use or pull information from, so you are welcome to maybe take one of our weekly articles in the Champions Toolkit and just paste it onto a blog post or a newsletter, or we also include language around specific tips and advice that you are welcome to pick and choose from and take as it applies to your audience. And before we get into Q&A, we would like to share a few additional resources to help you in your initiatives. All of our resources for Cybersecurity Awareness Month can be found at the first link on the screen, StaySafeOnline.org/cybersecurity-awareness-month. We also encourage you to check out our general resource library, which includes tons of free videos, tip sheets, infographics, and more on various cybersecurity and data privacy topics, such as online shopping tips, cyber-safe travel tips, and expert advice for small and medium-sized businesses. This is also where you can find great resources targeted to different audiences and age groups, such as kids, families, teenagers, or older adults. And we have a series of security awareness videos from our partners at Adobe and Speechless. These are fun videos that address several cybersecurity topics in the workplace, including phishing, Wi-Fi security, and physical device security. There are 8 episodes in total, and you're welcome to share these with your organizations as well. They're available on our website and our YouTube channel, and we found a lot of our partners like to use them in their own training events for employees, as they are very funny and engaging. And to close this out today, I'll ask Mr. Frazier to share some of CISA's resources and also how to get in touch with CISA.
Thanks, Jen. CISA offers a wide variety of resources to help make your Cybersecurity Awareness Month a success. CISA's Cybersecurity Awareness Month page on CISA.gov will soon provide a complimentary partner toolkit or campaign in a box for you to more easily plan Cybersecurity Awareness Month outreach within your organizations. This toolkit will include sample emails, blog posts, social media posts, graphics, and a partner presentation for your use. Other CISA resources to build Cybersecurity Awareness Month activities include the Stop, Think, Connect campaign, co-run by CISA and NCSA as a public awareness campaign offering free resources to help increase the understanding of cyber threats and empower the American public to be safer and more secure online. Through that campaign, you'll find tip sheets on a wide variety of cybersecurity topics for a multitude of audiences, from students and parents to cyber professionals. Last week, CISA, along with other government partners, stood up a new campaign called StopRansomware.gov and launched a campaign site to complement that campaign, which aims to raise awareness and combat the ongoing and evolving threat of ransomware. Now, this campaign offers recorded webinars and guides, along with cyber alerts and tip sheets for both technical and non-technical people to learn more about how to prevent, respond to, and where necessary, recover from ransomware attacks. As always, we'll continue to offer the Cyber Essentials, a guide for leaders of small businesses or small and local government agencies to develop an actionable understanding of where to start implementing organizational changes to protect themselves from cyber threats. Check out the Cyber Essential Toolkit, a set of modules designed to break down the Cyber Essentials into bite-sized actions for both IT and C-suite leadership to work toward full implementation of each of the Cyber Essentials lessons. CISA's telework guidance and resource site is a one-stop shop for CISA resources to help organizations who are now implementing telework or mobile work arrangements for their workforce to be more secure as they're working remotely. And in case you missed it earlier, CISA does offer subject matter experts who can speak at your Cybersecurity Awareness Month events at no cost. If you'd like to request one of our speakers to participate, please just visit us at CISA.gov/request CISA speaker to put in your request by Friday, August 28th. The Be Cybersmart campaign, which is launching shortly, is a national effort of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security designed to inspire younger generations of Americans to take responsibility for their own cyber safety. This campaign offers a series of videos that teach you cybersecurity basics, common scams, and how to report on those cyber incidents. For more resources and information from CISA on this year's Cybersecurity Awareness Month campaign, visit us at CISA.gov/Cybersecurity Awareness Month. To stay up to date on CISA cybersecurity efforts, follow us at CISA.gov on Twitter, as CISA on Facebook, and CISA.gov on LinkedIn. If you have any questions or would like more information, please email us at stopthinkconnect@hq.dhs.gov. Thank you again to Jen and the National Cybersecurity Alliance for joining CISA each year to co-lead the Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Your support to help us educate Americans on how they can be more safe and secure online has helped make this campaign the success it has been the last 17 years and now going into its 18th year. Thank you to our partners who've joined us today on the call, and we look forward to continuing to work with you and your organizations to do your part and be cyber smart.
Great, thank you so much to Trent for joining us and the whole CISA team for your partnership. The information covered on today's webinar can be found on our website, StaySafeOnline.org. We also have an events calendar on our website, so you can see all of the community events planned for October that will continue to be updated as we get closer to the month. If you have questions at any time, please don't hesitate to reach out to us by emailing us at info@StaySafeOnline.org. And one of the best ways to stay up to date on all things Awareness Month is to follow us on social media. Our Twitter handle is @StaySafeOnline. We are also on LinkedIn as National Cybersecurity Alliance and on Facebook at facebook.com/StaySafeOnline. And now we will open up the remaining time to questions. So if you have not done so already, please submit your questions to the Q&A box. And as those come in, I do have a few additional questions for Trent. So I mentioned earlier in the presentation that international engagement in Cybersecurity Awareness Month has grown year over year. Actually, last year we had champions representing over 50 countries. So I'm wondering, how does CISA work with other countries and governments on cybersecurity awareness, both during October and year-round? And could you tell us a bit about the Cybersecurity Awareness Month activities you've seen from your international partners?
Absolutely, Jen. Thank you for the question. Unfortunately, as we all know, cyber criminals and cyber threats are not bound by national borders. As such, CISA has established a dedicated team of professionals who now focus specifically on our engagement with our international partners in establishing both professional and technical relationships with partners and nations across the world. As our international affairs team has been working with our partners to develop their own cybersecurity campaigns, we've found that many often now rely heavily on the work we've developed in partnership with NCSA and Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Many of them are now actually launching their own awareness campaigns and developing similar programs and sessions overseas to mirror the work that's being done domestically. Our team now is focused heavily on establishing, through a number of cooperative agreements or joint exercise events, tools that we can help to further foment that development of those public awareness campaigns with our international partners. This year alone, we've seen a number of those partners create joint events, alerts, products, and more for October Cybersecurity Awareness Month. So we're very excited to see the growth of Cybersecurity Awareness Month into an international movement to combat cyber threats across the globe.
Great, and so we also have attendees on the line from various state, local, and federal government agencies. Can you talk about how CISA works with other government agencies on security awareness? And do you have any recommendations for the government employees on the call on how they can get involved?
Absolutely, yeah. Cybersecurity, unfortunately, is a team sport, and so we want to make sure that we are good members of the much larger team. Each year, CISA works alongside our partners at the National Cybersecurity Alliance, the National Association of State Chief Information Officers, and the Multi-State Information Sharing and Analysis Center to encourage tribal elders and councils, governors, mayors, country executives, and other government leaders to proclaim October as Cybersecurity Awareness Month and to create their own awareness campaigns within their various states and jurisdictions. Government employees can get involved by using the resources mentioned today to create many awareness campaigns within your areas of influence, whether it's at work, with your team, with your families and friends, or across your communities. And we encourage you to use these resources to bring that message into your communities and into your places of work to help us combat the growing threat of cybersecurity challenges across the globe.
Great, thank you so much. So we also have a few questions from the audience. One of them is, are NCSA staff open to participating in webinars hosted by federal departments during Cybersecurity Awareness Month? Yes, we participate in webinars hosted by a variety of organizations, whether it's government, industry, academia, nonprofit organizations. So if you email us at the email on the screen with information about your event, we can identify the appropriate speaker. Let's see. So one question is, do you have advice on how to get stakeholders on board for this event? So I think it really depends on the stakeholders. If you're talking about, say, a board or a C-suite level stakeholders, I mean, I think just kind of showing your stakeholders the number and severity of security breaches and incidents over this past year, the number of ransomware attacks show just how important a cybersecurity educational campaign is. There are a wealth of statistics online to show just how much information on phishing or creating unique passphrases can really prevent these attacks. And actually, at the National Cybersecurity Alliance and CISA, we will be coming out with new research over the next few weeks that we hope can help support you and help you make the case for cybersecurity awareness within your organization. So stay tuned for that. Another question is, do you have any suggestions for employee gifts or prizes that center around cybersecurity? I want to give items that will encourage people to model the behaviors we talk about. So in terms of gifts or prizes, we always recommend to keep it fun. If you want to do, branded T-shirts or socks, something like that people really like to get freebies of. I know a lot of organizations do security cameras, or you can put together a bunch of different resources to give away, and maybe as a prize to a winner of a phishing campaign. So I think it's a great way, whatever you give out, to give gifts or prizes to employees to really get them excited about cybersecurity. No matter what it is, I think people will show up for free prizes. Let's see. Are there opportunities for organizations to participate and provide content related to our area of expertise or vertical market? Absolutely. So as mentioned, if the content that we mentioned doesn't align with what your organization is focused on, we absolutely recommend creating your own materials, but within NCSA and CISA, we definitely want to talk to other organizations about their verticals. So if, for example, we're always available to do webinars, to partner on webinars as well. So if you're interested in working with the National Cybersecurity Alliance on, say, an event or a tip sheet or blog post, we do have opportunities. So I think it's great when our champions and partners want to talk about something that's specific to their vertical market. So again, please contact us at our info email, and we can talk about, if you want to, maybe it's an article, a blog post, a webinar. Again, there are many opportunities out there. So there's a question, are the speakers available by Zoom or in person? So I won't speak for sure for CISA, but I believe both for both organizations. I know things are still opening back up, so I would say that if you're looking for a speaker, I think most events will be done by a Zoom or conference call. There's definitely a lot of availability there, but we do have speakers that are available in person as well. So if you want to speak about your event or the format or the specific speaker from either organization that you want, we can definitely work through those details, but there are many options available. Great. So there's another question on here. Any tips on how to handle the activities if we are virtual in October? Is there still a way to give a clever gift? Getting folks to show up for voluntary webinars is difficult. We completely agree and understand, especially at this point in the COVID pandemics, people do tend to get a little tired of virtual events, but I think there are ways to definitely keep it engaging. I would say if you're looking for ways to give clever gifts, again, there are the items I mentioned before. There are also, virtual tools and ways to engage people. Maybe it's giving out a digital Amazon gift card. Maybe it's if you're at an organization with the funds, it could be sending your employees lunches to do a virtual lunch and learn. We definitely recommend getting creative, and if there's something that you used to do in person, try to figure out a way to bring it onto Zoom in a virtual environment. And I think this is also where it's important to bring in outside speakers as well. If there's I do think it helps keep webinars engaging if there's a new person on there, a new presenter with new expertise that your employees have not heard from yet. There's also a question, is there a way that we can review content that speakers present before submitting a request? So if you want to let us know at the National Cybersecurity Alliance what content you're looking for, we can definitely let you know what we would like to present on. If you're please let us know the different topics, and we can point you to the right speaker. If we don't have the right speaker, the right content for your event, we can also connect you either with CISA or with other partner organizations that are speaking on similar topics. So there's also questions about what if there is no budget for tangible gifts? What are good ways to engage employees? I would say again, while tangible gifts are a great way to engage people, I don't think they're absolutely necessary. I think if you have an engaging event that could really help, whether it's virtual or in person, if you have the budget for food, even better, but if not, I think it's better to do something than nothing. I think having, dynamic speakers is the key. If you know somebody that is really good at engaging the audience, I think that would be fantastic. That's also why the National Cybersecurity Alliance and CISA want to connect you with speakers to help engage your audiences. So I would say, also, there are a lot of tools out there, a lot of free resources to, poll your audience, to survey your audience. We also recommend for events, facilitating discussions as well. People don't just want to be spoken to. Sometimes it's helpful to have breakout rooms, give people prompts that they can speak to each other, can help keep events really engaging. So that we have a partner on here that works with Canadian offices in Mexico. Are there French, Spanish materials available? So unfortunately, the National Cybersecurity Alliance does not have materials available in French or Spanish. I'm not sure, CISA might. I can get that information to you, but I do know that the Canadian government also has their own Cybersecurity Awareness Month campaign. We can send more details about that campaign after the call, but they absolutely have French language materials, and we do have Spanish materials available through our Stop and Connect campaign. So I can make those available to everybody after the call. And also, as our resources are, completely customizable, we do recommend if you have the resources, you're more than welcome to take them and translate them into any language you like. We also have a question about Data Privacy Day 2022 on January 28th. So I will say that for Data Privacy Day, we have big plans. We're actually looking at turning it into a Data Privacy Week because data privacy is such an important topic. So please stay tuned. We'll have a lot of exciting announcements as we get closer. There's also a question on any tips on training students. I would say for students, similar, ways of engagement apply. I think especially, and this isn't just for students, but for employees as well, as much as you can keep things lighthearted and funny, I think that really helps. I think that definitely helps people remember the tips and advice you give. I recommend even sharing our security awareness videos. While they do focus on workplace settings, they're very silly, they're fun. So anywhere you can inject, humor and real world situations, and of course using social media as well, I think is really important. There's a question, will recording a virtual speaker engagement be permitted? Yes, I know on the National Cybersecurity Alliance side, we do allow recording of speaking engagements, if that's what you're asking. But yes, any questions you have about specific events, we can absolutely talk through with you. There's also a question, will NCSA host any virtual events during October? So we do have events planned, and we do ask that you stay tuned by checking our social media pages and also by subscribing to our newsletter and becoming a champion. Those are the fastest ways you'll hear about any events. We are planning a few Twitter chats for the month of October. And we will also be on October 27th hosting our annual Cybersecurity Summit with NASDAQ. So more information to come on all of those events. We're really excited to share the details. And all of those will be made freely available to an online audience as well. Let's see if we have any other questions. There's one, do you have any tips and tricks for reaching a large 5,000 plus employee audience outside of your security org? For example, specific communication channels, etc. So at the National Cybersecurity Alliance, I know to reach large audiences, we do use our newsletter. So maybe in your organization that could mean setting up a specific newsletter or email blast for the month of October. If you have an intranet site, posting resources on there can be very helpful. But we have found really great engagement using social media as well. So if your employees are engaged with your social media accounts, I think that's a great way to share information and also to keep the campaign engaging. Maybe consider creating, sharing the social media graphics, but maybe creating animations and videos or sharing memes or GIFs, whatever it is that you think your audience will appreciate, and then also encouraging your employees to share that as well. There's also a question, is there a way to link directly to each of the Be Cybersmart videos? I think that might be a question for CISA, but I believe those are available on YouTube as well. Let's see, there's a question about materials translated into Portuguese. I'll send out an email after this with some of our translated materials. I'm not sure about those, but we may have Stop and Connect materials available in Portuguese. So there's a question, do I have to sign up as a champion each year? Yes, we do ask our champions to sign up each year, even if you signed up in the past. This way, we can make sure we have your most recent email address and that we can send you the brand new materials and information. Our materials change year after year, so we want to make sure we're sending you the most up-to-date copies. So if you sign up as a champion again, we also want to hear about what your new activities are that you're planning for 2021. So that's another reason why we do ask our champions to sign up. We want to hear about your activities and also your successes from previous years as well. So please, we hope you can sign up again and keep in touch with us about your initiatives. So there's a question, we have used CSAM on our company materials for quite a few years. Which acronyms did you say we need to avoid at this time? So we recommend avoiding acronyms completely. I understand that can be tough, especially if you're posting to social media. So CSAM and CAM are commonly associated with other campaigns outside of cybersecurity. I know in the past we've used NCSAM, but since we've dropped the national, we have tried to avoid using that acronym as well. So we do recommend spelling out Cybersecurity Awareness Month if you can. I think it's also very helpful for others to see the word cybersecurity. If they're not familiar with our campaign, they know exactly what we're talking about. Great. So with that, if there are any questions I've missed, please do not hesitate to email us at info@StaySafeOnline.org, and we will answer your questions as soon as possible. But I want to be mindful of everyone's time. So thank you all so much for joining us today. Thank you again to Deputy Assistant Director Frazier and the CISA team for presenting with us. And thank you all so much for joining and for your support of Cybersecurity Awareness Month. We really look forward to working with you all, and we hope you stay in touch as you develop your own campaigns. Thank you, and have a great afternoon.